Hi YouTube, this is Megan with the Pagan Perspective. This is Wednesday and it's Subs Week. And today we're talking about the void of course for the moon. Hi YouTube, so this is Megan and this is Subs Week. And today our question actually comes from punkieVbrite. If a person is born during a moon void, would their moon sign be influenced by both the exiting and entering sign? So then Punkie goes on to talk about saying that they are that they have either a Leo or a Virgo sign because they're born on leap day, February 29th. So it's interesting. They talk about the cusp as well as the void, of course, of the moon. This is a really scholarly topic for us. And like the other subs have said, it's not something that any of us really have a ton of training on. I don't believe that I know of for the Pagan Perspective folks. But they did such a great job talking about it. So hopefully this won't be too long of a video. I have a couple things to add and that's about it. It's not a huge part of my faith. I'm not big into astrology. I think it's really exciting. And I myself am a Cancer. Just had a birthday. Yep, I'm 31. Wow, I'm admitting that on the internet. Fun. So, but other than knowing I'm a Cancer and, you know, some basic other things about myself, I really don't follow astrology very closely. So this is something that I had to research a little bit and figure out and talk to some friends about, just to get a little bit of a more broader understanding. So the big thing I think that I took away from this, and I'm not going to go into what the void, of course, is and things like that, because Tara did such a great job explaining it on, you know, how it's different than being on the cusp and how it's actually not, you know, the in-between time that the moon is either in one or the other. It's just when it's traveling and there is no aspect. So she really explained it well. So watch her video if you want to know more about what the void, of course, is. But what I wanted to say about it was that it's given a bad rap. In fact, so many times that I'm looking this up, I'm seeing that people say, oh, don't do anything during this time, and, you know, that you're going to fail, and all of these really bad things. And it's not really that bad. It's not that big of a deal for the most part. Something that I read and what I'm the kisses, thank you. That I'm taking away from this is, and I'll post all the links in the down bar below for my research, but I love this quote, and it says that the void moon ripens your individuality and it can favor creative breakthroughs. I thought that was really nice. And the reason why this person is saying this, it's talking about this idea that because there isn't anything helping you along during this time, because there is no aspect associated with the moon, that means that, yes, there's nothing helping you, but there's also really nothing holding you back either. It's just a void. There just is you. So all you have is yourself to focus on. So if you put that extra creativity and that extra energy and power into what you're doing, you're going to get awesome results. I mean, the void of the moon actually happens quite a bit. I found this great website, and I'm going to put it in the down bar, that actually tells us when all the voids of the moon are happening, I think for a year out, and then it has a link, I think, to either a book or an online source to be able to check 100 years in the past for all the void moons. So I didn't have enough information to look up, Punkie, your birthday, because you need a year, but you can look it up and find out for sure if you really were born during a void moon. There is a void moon currently from around Tuesday at, I think, like 10 or so at night until today, Wednesday, around 2:30 in the afternoon. So we're in a void moon. So anybody who's born at this time is going to be born in a void moon. It's just the way it is. In fact, they happen every other day. Now, sometimes they're only for a few seconds, while other times, they're for a few hours or even a day or so. No. Yes. So what I'm saying is I think a lot of people are probably born under a void moon. They just don't know it. So the idea is that you need to use your own creativity and your own chutzpah to get something done. What I like about this website is it kind of gives you that little bit of a heads up, like, hey, nothing's going to be helping you out here. You might want to do something about this. Anytime we get a little advanced warning about things, and then we can actively put energy into fixing that, it's always a good thing. The key, too, is this idea about being born on a cusp, and that it really is this separate issue than being born during the void, of course. And Tara talked about that a little bit and did an awesome job in her video. So that's pretty much all I really wanted to say about it, is that don't worry about it so much. And that, yes, it's interesting, but at the same time, you have a foundation. That's what you're born with. That's that nature aspect. Everyone has it. This ingrained, innate things that we are predisposed to do. But it's just being predisposed. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen. And you have to build the house that you want on your foundation. Some foundations are going to be a little bit warped, maybe a little bit weirdly shaped, maybe even have a crack or two. But it's what you build, and it's what you do with your foundation that matters. I think that's the most important thing to take away from it. Bye. And I hope that in your journey to find more about yourself, you also take the time to meditate or to examine yourself and find out who you want to be and who you are, and maybe look at this astrology stuff and take it for what it's worth. It's a foundation that you can build upon, and you can build great things. So hopefully I answered or gave a little bit more information than the other subs did. They did an awesome job this week, and I didn't have a ton of stuff to say. But we're just getting out of a heat wave here in the Northeast. Hopefully we don't have too much more of the heat wave, but I am loving the warmer weather, so I shouldn't complain too much. And I have a Ren Fair this weekend, which I'm very excited about. So hopefully you all have a fabulous week, and you have a wonderful rest of the month. And I will see you next month on the Pagan Perspective. This is Megan. You can check out my personal channel below. And as always, blessed be.